How's it going, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks and NHL here. An off week, right, for the Hawks, but not all the Hawks. Connor Bedard, special appearance tonight at the All Star Weekend events. But just going to go through a little league wide news, a few trades, a few injuries, and then I will run through the All Star weekend event results from tonight on Friday night. So we'll run through that one. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually start out with a few injuries, or just one major one, and a few trades here, right? So looking at most recent, the Adam Fantilli injury, that's that's pretty major, right? Adam Fantilli is expected to miss 8 weeks due to a calf laceration. So that's extreme. That's uh, very unfortunate for Fantilli, right? Really fun player starting out this year. I believe he was in top three for that for the Calder race. He might have been second or third. I believe it was third place for points, but super unfortunate for Fantilli. 8 weeks and then plus the rehab time. Just not what you want to see, right? From your young guys, from the rookies. Um, but moving on from the injury, let's see. I believe that's the only one. Looking at the Rockford Ice Hogs, I believe it's this weekend also. Could be wrong, but the All Star Weekend event for the AHL is in San Jose. So Ethan Del Mastro will be representing the Rockford Ice Hogs and the Hawks organization, right? Um, awesome to see that, right? The rookie in his AHL season. Nice to see him represent us, Ethan Del Mastro. I think I mentioned it not too long ago, but nice to see that. Let's look at some of the trades that went down. And I'll save the prospect news here for Sunday with Max. So we will be back for that one. But looking at the trades here, Elias Lindholm, right, from the Calgary Flames. I don't have the full trade up here, but he is heading over to the Vancouver Canucks, and they are making a little splash, or should I say, big splash, right? Um, ma- making a run for the uh, playoffs, and we'll see how far they go, right? But seeing Lindholm as a 2C, right, on the Canucks behind Pedersen, that's as solid as you can get, right? With Pedersen and Lindholm as your top two centers. That's awesome, and we'll see how that works out, right? Andre Kuzmenko, a name that us Hawks fans were looking at, right? A possible name that we could bring in somehow, right? For not a very high price, but he gets moved in the deal, and he is heading over to the Flames. So he's off the table now, right? And good luck to him. And the Canucks are going to be fun. It's going to be a fun team to see what happens with them to finish out the season here. But what else do we have here on trades? I know there was one more, and today from Frank Saravalli. Unreal just to see the value, right? Um, Sean Monahan is heading to the Winnipeg Jets. Surprisingly, The Jets are actually looking to improve, right? Starting out hot this year, they've played very well, and they make a pretty decent move here for Sean Monahan. Let's go into the details here from Saravalli, but to the Jets, so just Monahan, so one player. But going back to the Habs is a 2024 first round pick, conditional 2027 third round pick, no salary retained. So picking up a first round pick from the Jets. So the Habs are getting that first rounder and didn't have to retain any salary. Just that's weird, right? But I guess Jets were just desperate in this situation and they get their middle six type player, right? He could play down the middle at center, but I don't love him on the wing. He's usually played center for the lump of his career, right? With the Flames, right? In his let's call it the prime of Sean Monahan, but should be interesting for the Winnipeg Jets, and we'll see how they finish out the season with him in the lineup, and we'll see if he could stay healthy, right? Because there is he tends to have this injury bug, right? He's been injury prone for the last few years now, and we'll see if he could stay healthy here to finish out the season. But I believe those were the two big trades. So just taking a look at some of the other news from today. Big news day, like out of nowhere, right? No one really expected all this news today, but no All-Star game next season from Elliot Friedman put out earlier today. Let's see here. Each team will play 3 tournament games in a traditional round robin format under the following point system. Yeah, so sort of like a short tournament type of event, but no All-Star game next season. So uh, we'll see what happens with that. But that kind of relates to the other breaking news of the day. Sarah Volley, I believe it was from Sarah Volley, or was it someone else? Maybe it wasn't. No, I'm completely wrong. But when was it? The NHL is bringing back the uh, World Cup, the Olympics, right? For the NHL. So NHL players will be in the Olympics playing some hockey, and that's awesome because we haven't seen that in a very long time, right? So obviously, hoping to see Bedard in there down the line, and any other possible Blackhawks. So hoping for the best, right? And we will see what what happens with that down the line. But let's see here. A few more news bits. Frank Saravalli from the he put out from Gary Bettman says the appropriate path for the NHL with the 2018 Team Canada World Junior Team is to wait until the judicial process is complete before taking any action. So I believe this is like a 2-year process. So we might not see the results of this case, right, for a while here, but uh, just a unfortunate event, right? Crazy stuff, but we'll see what happens with that all the way down the line. It's going to be a while, but let's see here. Chris Johnston put out today from Bill Daly says the NHLPA has threatened to file a grievance on behalf of Corey Perry for his late November contract termination by the Blackhawks. So weird, bit weird from the Corey Perry camp, but from Elliot Friedman, he also put out that the NHL and NHLPA agreed to extend the deadline for Corey Perry to file a grievance against his against his contract termination from Chicago. Previous deadline was this past week. League supports Chicago's decision. Bill Daly indicated union wants to appeal. So just a weird situation with Corey Perry, but I'm glad he's not with the team anymore. But yeah, now he's seems like it's going to be another uh, puzzle with this Corey Perry thing, right? So we'll see what happens with him and the Hawks in the near future. But uh, good on the Hawks for getting in front of it, right, and taking care of the situation, and that's how it should be handled, right? That's how it should be done. But that pretty much wraps up all the other NHL news. Maybe a small tidbit here. Let's see from Elliot Friedman. While conceding the CBA doesn't give the players anything actionable on the Arizona Arena, NHLPA Executive Director Marty Walsh was critical of Coyotes' ownership, saying they won't meet to discuss player concerns and it's been long enough to find an arena solution. Yeah, that's another weird situation with the Arizona Coyotes, right, and their arena situation, right, because they're playing at the Sun Devils uh, ice rink, college arena, and weird how they're gonna figure this one out now because I thought that it was coming to an end, right? I thought that they would find a location, and I thought they narrowed it down, but seems like they're having more bumps in the road here for the Arizona Coyotes. But that's desert hockey for you, right? Just weird stuff. But let's hop into All Star Weekend for this Friday night event, right? Connor Bedard, he received, I believe, his IIHF, what was it, Player of the Year award at the Toronto Hockey Hall of Fame. So that's awesome to see. Hawks have a clip of him holding a trophy at the Hall of Fame. Nice to see him in person. This is his first appearance, right? And later on in the night, he was in Hawks uniform participating. But let's check this out here. Yeah, so just pre-event, doing the promos and the pictures and stuff, hanging out here with Marner and McDavid, put out by the Hawks. Awesome to see, right? Our young superstar hanging out with the best in the league. I mean, what else can you ask for, right? That's that, that that's what you want to see. Hawks put out the picture from the locker room. Connor sitting with his Hawks jersey with that All Star patch on the top left of his front of the jersey there. That's awesome to see that. Uh, Looks like they have custom sweaters. They got their number on there, and Bedard seems to have a skinnier like jaw area, maybe by his neck. So I'm guessing he cut down some weight there, just from the injury. But uh, he's probably going to ramp it back up and get that muscle back in. So awesome to see him back on the ice in uniform, right? Not game situations, like their little one-on-one stuff, but awesome to see that hanging out with Cale McCarr, just talking it up, laughing it up on the bench here in center ice, and that's awesome. Him and Sidney Crosby doing that interviews center ice with PK Subban, uh, just putting them in the spotlight, and he handles it perfectly, right? That's our guy. That's Connor Bedard. Awesome picture Hawks put out here. Him sitting in the middle with McKinnon and McCarr, and he does not look very, very small, right? At all compared to these guys, just sitting down, right? And I know his pads make a little different there, like with his shoulders, but it looks like he's growing up a bit with the NHL. That's awesome to see. But Bedard participated with the one timer challenge, right? With Nathan McKinnon and David Pastrnak. he participated, just feeding them passes for the one timers, for the one tees. So that's awesome to see him participate in All Star Weekend, right? Because he can do any of the shooting and anything like that because he hasn't been cleared by the medical staff, right, with the Hawks and stuff like that. But they definitely had to have Bedard at All Star Weekend because how could you not have him there, right? So lots of promos, lots of picks, and participated. So and he was introduced uh, at the beginning, so that's awesome to see. They announced him as the number one overall pick, and that's just the best thing ever, right? Um, right here. Shout out to Nikita Kucherov. Actually, it seemed like he was half asleep. Might have been drunk or something. I don't know, but he didn't care about this All Star event one bit. Hilarious stuff, just funny stuff, man. Nikita Kucherov, he's all business though. That guy puts the puck in the net when it matters, right? He doesn't really care about the All Star event, but hey, man, you should show up and you know uh, put on a little show at least, right? Let's get into the results from the All Star challenges events really quick here. Connor McDavid did win I guess, the point system, right? The point totals. What a surprise, right? Connor McDavid wins the whole thing, but accuracy shooting event. McDavid won that one. Second place was Matthews. Uh, McDavid in the stick handling challenge, first place over Barzal. Barzal. Let's see here. Hardest shot. Cale Makar won that one. That's cool to see that. Passing challenge. Pedersen won that one. Second place was Makar. Let's see here. One timers challenge. Nathan McKinnon won, and Pastrnak was second place, but they were getting their one tees fed by Bedard. So, hey, Bedard's helping out his guys win the event. So that's fun. And these events were not in order here. Don't know why, but that's just how they had it like lined up. But fastest skater, Connor McDavid. Obviously, right. He was going to win, but I believe he was at 13.4, 13.40 seconds, and Barzell came in second place at 13.51. So very, very close finish there. But McDavid, not surprised that he took that one home for the fastest skater because that dude is probably the best skater that I've ever seen, right? He is the best. And that one-on-one challenge, probably the best one of the night for the All-Star event here on Friday night. The one-on-one, William Nylander won that one. Second place was Austin Matthews, but it's just a one-on-one with the player and the goalie. But it's like a rapid, like one shot, circle back around, grab another puck, and get another shot on net. So the goalie has to like constantly be moving and making saves. So that one was awesome. That was probably the best one. Obstacle course, McDavid on top again, Makar second place. And let's see, is this the final one? The final event or no, just the point totals. But Connor McDavid total points for this All-Star skills competition here. Results 2024. Cale Makar second place with 20 points. So McDavid by 5 points. Of course, he is the best. And unbelievable, right? Unreal stuff. Connor McDavid. And believe Saturday is the All-Star game. And they drafted their teams. Was it last night? So they have those four teams, Team U's and three other teams, right? But weird looking jerseys, cool, to some people, I guess. But decent, decent looking jerseys. But yeah. So that's on Saturday, and don't know if we will recap the All Star game. Probably not, since Bedard's not going to participate in that. But let's see here. Um, from Mark Lazarus, Connor McDavid is your skills champion in the skills competition. He designed, right, winning the $1 million he pushed the NHL to provide. Gotta love it. Yeah. So got the $1 million, and yeah, put that to good use, right? Charity stuff. I believe I think they mentioned that during the All Star events, but could be wrong there. But yeah, we'll be back Sunday night. Max and I will get into some prospect talk, Hawks prospects, and possibly look at the early draft right in 2024. So we'll go over a lot on Sunday night, and we'll be back for that. And then Hawks hockey will be back next week. So we'll see you Sunday night. Let's go Hawks.